Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't understood the hype around MacBooks for a long time. For most of my tech and creative life, I've been team PC. I've bought pre-built, I've built my own computers, I've had multiple PC setups. And to be real, I thought the whole hype behind a MacBook was just a delusional relationship between a person and a brand. So I did what any civilized person would do in a scenario like that. So I bought a MacBook to test it out. And it was literally the best thing that I ever done. I can hear the PC master race just typing away already. So I first tested out my MacBook 2 years ago with the M1 Max MacBook Pro. And I just recently got the brand new 16-inch M3 Pro MacBook. Reason being was, well, because this thing's a powerhouse. It outperforms my PC and comes with way more options. There you have it. That's my opinion. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications, head out if that's all you want to watch. But in all seriousness, what makes this so fucking good? Why am I obsessed with this thing after being so anti-Apple for years? I mean, I was seriously such a damn hater. Number one, this thing is a powerhouse. Look, I'm not gonna get all techie and nerdy with you and explain the differences between this and a PC and Microsoft devices. All I can tell you is that for 13 years, I've been a content creator and a freelance creative working with multiple brands and multiple creators. And during that journey, I've done some serious fucking projects working with brands that produce $30 million in revenue a month. And somehow this little thing right here outperforms even some of the best PCs while having some additional benefits that we'll get to shortly. But nonetheless, for years, I was tired of being restrained to my workspace. I wanted to be able to travel and work fluently on the road with high quality photo and video files. And anytime I tried any Microsoft laptop, and I tried a ton, I worked with brands like Asus and they sent me the top of the line laptops. And it was the same routine. Every laptop would be great off the rip. I was pumped and excited that I could finally work on Sony A7S III footage on the go. And I would take care of it. I would clean it. I would make sure everything was up to date, all the drivers. But for some reason, it's like 6 months in, it always shits the bed. Not a single issue with this. In fact, I soon noticed after I switched from my original M1 Max MacBook that I went 2 to 3 months and I didn't have any crashes. And then I started to realize, holy shit, these crashes that I was experiencing on Premiere Pro on my PC were not normal. Now, of course, people could blame me building the PC, not updating the drivers, yada, yada, yada. But the point being is, I don't have to worry about that bullshit with this. I don't know why it's so fun for people to argue about the stupid fucking point to be like a man and build their own machine that they have to make sure is done this specific way or it will have potential issues. And then later down the line, even if you do everything right and you put it together right, if you update one bad driver or fail to update one little driver, it could fuck up the whole entire system. Make it make sense to me when I could just buy this thing right here and never have that problem. I thought, however, originally that I just got really lucky with the M1 Max and it was just a good laptop. I just had a good streak of no issues. So I got the M3 Pro to test it out and sure as shit, everything is the same. Everything works. I don't have to worry about bullshit and bloat, and it just performs on a much higher scale compared to my M1 Max. It's weird how I don't have to get super techie in these videos and I can just share my experience, because the reality is I don't give a fuck what all new fancy devices and things are in the product that you want to compare. I want to know one simple thing. Does it get the job done? Yes, it does. Moving on. Second reason, which kind of ties to the first reason, portability. Again, I wanted to be able to work fluently on the road. I didn't want to be restricted. I don't like working in the same workspace all the time. I do travel, so I wanted to have the luxury of being able to work downstairs or be able to work across the country. As a content creator and a creative that works with brands, I have deadlines. I have really large budgets that I have to adhere to. And I'm trying to grow my brand, meaning I got a lot of shit to do and I have a lot of places to be. Obviously with that, portability is super important to me. I was running into issues before I got the MacBook where The laptops, again, that I was working with were just running into problem after problem after problem. Listen, I'm all ears. If you guys have a Microsoft laptop that you think competes really well with the MacBook, and maybe out of like the 20 laptops that I've tested, I just didn't find a good one, and I just had a really bad streak, and I've had a really good streak with MacBooks. Please let me know down in the comments below where you think would even compare. Next up, I gotta give credit where it's due. I don't think a lot of people really understand the Apple ecosystem. It's an annoying thing that you hear a lot of us talk about, and it sounds super fucking nerdy, but the reality is it just makes everything so easy, and Microsoft doesn't even begin to compare. Me liking and utilizing the MacBook and learning more about the ecosystem persuaded me to switch every piece of tech I own related to creativity, to my content, to my business, to Apple. It just works well together. Everything just seems like one device. When I set my MacBook down to my Mac Studio, it feels like I connect them right next to each other. No, seriously, if my MacBook is sitting next to my Mac Studio and monitor, I can actually move my mouse and it will automatically pick up my MacBook and turn it into one connected machine. And I hear Microsoft and PC people all the time say like, dude, you can do this and that and download. It's not the same. It's not even comparable. I used Microsoft for 10 years. Don't even fucking try to sell me on the idea that anything that Microsoft has to offer is remotely similar to the Apple ecosystem. It's just untouchable. Next up, longevity. I already essentially mentioned this considering that I just got the M3 Pro. I really didn't need to upgrade from the M1 Max. I've had that for 2 years. It still works just fine. I work with large 10, 20, 30-minute 4K projects or smaller 4K projects with lots of transitions and lots of layers. And that thing honestly still edits and renders fine in 2023 with little to no issues. And finally, the big thing to really seal the deal. Like, what really makes MacBook great? Like, what would persuade even you, the biggest hater against Apple, to buy one of these devices? It looks badass. Yes, I like how Apple products look. I like minimal. I like clean. I like nice, flat colors. I don't, however, like edgy, space, futuristic looking devices. Keep it fucking simple. Dude, I can already imagine the comment, like, really, you're gonna throw looks into that? Dude, I'm spending thousands of dollars on a device that I'm gonna use every day. Of course, I like that it looks better than the competitor. Of course, I like that my MacBook just looks like a laptop and gets the job done and doesn't have like Ferrari air vents and it still overheats. So yes, I'm gonna throw looks into that. Is it slightly there to piss you off? I don't know. All in all, I'm not trying to persuade you to switch to MacBook. I don't give a fuck if you hate it and you just wanna switch with Microsoft. I just wanted to share my experience as somebody who was literally anti-Apple everything, and a matter of months switched my entire workflow just because of the MacBook. It is that fucking guy, and I'm so glad that I switched. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.